everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining me again for another video. Today, my girlfriend Jen and I are gonna watch Thor, The Dark World. We actually tried filming this last week, but my dog got sick right at the very start of the movie and started throwing up all over the floor. So that went on for about 45 minutes. So we had to take care of her and we weren't able to film that day. We watched the first like 15, 20 minutes of it, but really it was just us trying to watch, then my dog in the background like gagging. So we're starting over, we're gonna have a good time. I do wanna say a quick thank you to my super patrons, my executive producer patrons, my director patrons for supporting me. I'm gonna have their names listed right here. Without their support, I would not be able to do this. Thank you so much to my producer and my PA, to your patrons as well. I love all you guys. Jen, how are you feeling going into Thor, The Dark World?
So I'm really excited about the Thor movie, primarily because I absolutely loved the previous one, and I didn't really think I was going to enjoy it that much. So going into any follow-up films, I'm always hesitant because I'm very much a believer of, wow, the first one was so good, the bar was so high, can it be any better than that? With the Iron Man movies, that really has changed my opinion when it comes to it. So I'm hoping that this movie is as good or better. I'm really hoping Loki is back in the film because I have really fallen in love with his character. Very much like Iron Man, I feel like he has many dimensions to him. And I hope all the other characters are back too. Like Natalie Portman, I love her. She was great in the first one, so hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot to talk about once we're done. I'm looking forward to getting into it. Let's just go ahead and just jump into Thor, The Dark World.
Long before the birth of light, there was darkness. Malekith sought to transform our universe back into one of eternal night. Such
I still can't
evil
was
was
they're elves.
possible through the power of the ether.
We're gonna watch Lord of the Rings too at some point.
Yes, we do, even though I don't think I'm gonna like it.
I think you will.
Those have elves.
Yeah.
Looks like something straight out of Vikings.
Well, they are Norse gods.
No, I know, but I'm talking about like the filming images.
Oh, just like the cinematography, it looks like Vikings?
Yeah.
Not today.
All but lost, Malekith sacrificed his own people.
Sorry, what?
Malekith was vanquished, and the ether was no more.
Bury it deep, somewhere no one will ever find it.
It's actually a very similar opening to Lord of the Rings.
It's Loki!
Yeah, after all that stuff he did in New York.
I mean, everybody has their bad days.
That was kind of a bad year.
Well, I mean, what you gonna do?
I really don't see what all the fuss is about.
Do you not truly feel the gravity of your crimes? We are not gods. We're born, we live, we die, just as humans do.
It is my birthright.
Your birthright was to die!
They got rocket launchers. Nice.
Everything's on fire!
Is that a giant man rock with armor? Why does it need armor?
Perhaps next time we should start with the big one.
They replaced that actor with Chuck.
I love that rainbow bridge. It's so pretty.
You must think I'm a piece of bread that needs to be buttered so heavily.
I'm gonna start using that.
No, please don't.
This isn't about Jane Foster, Father.
You'd be better served by what lies in front of you.
But he doesn't want her.
Maybe he's already had her.
To take the throne. Embrace and celebrate what
Most
you've won.
likely.
I'm trying to watch this with my girlfriend, guys. Come on. Need a horse?
There was a time when you would celebrate for weeks.
Oh God, she wants to be honest.
And she's definitely like, hey, let's go get drunk and come over here.
Could we get some wine, please?
Sure, I'd love some. Richard, this is Darcy.
The police were called to the scene shortly after 11 a.m. this
Wow.
morning after...
Where'd it go?
Now you're thinking with portals.
That's incredible.
Are those the car keys?
Oh, yeah, so your perspective of elves is Santa elves?
Yeah.
I have fun, though.
I think like Legolas.
Who? Like Legos?
You're late. Do you recall what I taught you of the convergence?
The alignment of the worlds. It approaches, doesn't it?
It is truly beautiful. She doesn't know it yet, but she studies the convergence as well. I can't see her.
I was freaking out.
You call the cops, they call the feds. Next thing you know, we have S.H.I.E.L.D. crawling all over Area 51ing the place.
Dun dun.
Aww.
Jane. Jane, I believe that fate brought us together.
He's
I
good.
don't know. Jane,
You have to come with me.
She's dangerous.
so am I.
Was he not able to bring her before?
Right, yeah. They had to fix the Bifrost.
She will not survive the amount of energy surging within her.
She does not belong here in Asgard any more than a goat belongs at a banquet table.
Oof.
The infection, it's defending.
It's defending itself.
While the other relics often appear as stones, the ether is fluid.
Does your book happen to mention how to get it out of me?
No.
Oh. Now you're gone in 60 seconds.
What a savage. What's he doing?
Putting that little rock in him.
Acting as caretakers to these scoundrels is beneath us.
Oh, please. If they were beneath you, my... Odin continues to bring me new friends.
That's a cushy jail cell.
Yeah, very.
Odin shake.
Your father.
He's not my father!
Am I not your mother?
You're not.
At least it's consistent.
What's gonna happen to me?
I'll find a way to save you, Jane.
Your father said there
My
was...
father doesn't know everything.
So he was like a Trojan horse?
Yeah, I can see that thing inside of him. Jeez.
You one ugly motherfucker.
You might want to take the stairs to the left.
Take her to your chambers.
Uh-oh.
I'll come for you when it's safe.
Take care.
She gave her a dirty look. Wow, that looks really good. Heimdall is a savage. He just jumped on that thing.
Yeah, Heimdall doesn't care.
Oh, wow. Oh, huh.
There goes that. Jeez, guys, come on.
Oh, wow.
Frida.
Who are you?
I am Malekith.
Oof.
Crap, he's gonna kill her. Oh, no.
You have taken something, child.
She's toast.
Oof.
Better luck next time.
Good shot, Charlie. Oh, he was upset too.
On a 5,000-year cycle.
He's wearing gym pants and a sweater, a
alignment,
button-up sweater.
It's gonna be me in 3 months.
Can I have
Oh, there's Stan Lee.
Yep. Can I have my shoe back?
Can I have my shoe back?
Jane Foster,
Oh, that's cool.
you need to come with us.
How many of our men shall fall on theirs?
As many as are needed!
And how are you different from Malekith?
The difference, my son, is that I will win.
Your friend Eric, what was his last name again?
He was later taken into police custody for psychiatric evaluation.
Everything we do from here on is a risk. There is no other way.
We must move Jane off-world.
After all this time, and now you come to visit me.
No more illusions.
Having a rough time.
Now you see me.
Jesus.
You help me escape Asgard, and I will grant it to you. Vengeance.
You must be truly desperate to come to me for help. This is so unlike you, brother.
I wonder how like giddy he is.
Is this better? Brother. You look ravishing.
Oh, this is much better. Whoa. Costume's a bit much. So tight. Hey, you want to have a rousing discussion about truth, honor, patriotism? God bless them.
What is it?
Treason, my lord.
Whose?
Mine.
Oh, hell no.
Stop Thor, by any means necessary.
We won't be leaving by foot.
Well, whatever you're doing, brother, I suggest you do it faster.
Shut up, Loki.
It's truly brilliant! I see your time in the dungeons has made you no less graceful, Loki.
Ta-da.
Say goodbye.
Not this day.
This day, the next. 100 years is nothing. You'll never be ready.
Think you alone were loved of Mother? You had her tricks, but I had her trust. She wouldn't want us to fight.
Well, she wouldn't exactly be shocked.
I wish I could trust you.
Lars.
So good to see you. All right, you ready?
I am. You know this plan of yours is going to get us killed.
Yeah, possibly.
You still don't trust me, brother.
Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, hell no.
What a twist.
You really think I cared about Frigga? About any of you?
Oh.
Malekith! I bring you a gift.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Loki, now!
Oh, see, so Loki did save him, or like help
the
him.
double cross.
That was so juicy.
Double cross applesauce.
Oof. Oh, thank God.
See you in hell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. I'll tell Father what you did here today.
Are they really about to kill off my Loki? So figures.
Jane, it's Richard.
Richard?
Oh, okay, so she's on another round, but she can still get cell service.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you want to try again.
Maybe dinner next time.
Oh.
So who's Richard?
Really? You can't just leave like that. The whole world is going crazy. All the stuff we saw is spreading.
Where are your pants?
Oh, he says it helps him think.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need everything you got on this.
Loki is dead.
Oh, thank God.
Forgive me, my liege. I've returned from the dark world with news. We found a body.
The very fabric of reality is gonna be torn apart.
I better get my pants.
Do you even know what these things do?
No.
Neither do I.
Hey, it's like Speed 2.
Oh yeah, when the boat crashes at the end.
I love how he's looking like so rough, but not a hair out of place.
I know.
You needn't have come so far, Asgardian. Death would have come to you soon enough.
Come on, Darcy.
You know, with all that power, I thought you'd hit harder.
That is awesome! How did... what the hell just happened?
I mean,
They kind of look like the putty guys from Power Rangers.
You're right.
You saved my life.
I mean,
Darcy? Dane! Mia!
How do I get to Greenwich?
Take this train, 3 stops.
Mind the gap.
that's cool. He is looking burnt to a crisp, though.
It's like getting worse. They put Neosporin or something on that, man. I'm telling you.
Have you come to witness the end of your universe? Ether cannot be destroyed.
But you can.
Ooh, looks good. Maybe help him out.
Everybody okay?
Is there a third Thor?
Maybe.
He's gonna come back. Except, you know, last time he was gone for like 2 years.
2 years.
Oh, it's only...
You once said there would never be a wiser king than me. You were wrong.
Father, I cannot be king of Asgard. Loki, for all his grave imbalance, understood rulers. I know I never will. I'd rather be a good man than a great king.
Is this my son I hear?
This is not for Jane, Father.
One son who wanted the throne too much, another who will not take it.
He just can't win.
Yeah.
You know, he's just pissed because he doesn't got retirement. He's gonna stay in that role.
You know they're trying to move Medicare up to age 70 now, Thor?
Thank you, Father.
No. Thank you.
What the hell is going on? What is
Oh, I
that?
totally forgot about this.
What is she? Why is she pink?
It will all make sense.
The collector.
Is that Benicio,
Benicio
del Toro?
Yes, it is.
Asgardians. It's an honor.
You know why we're here.
Why not keep it in your own vault?
Tesseract is already on Asgard. It's not wise to keep two Infinity Stones so close together.
The ether is an Infinity Stone, just like the Tesseract.
It will be absolutely safe in my collection. 1 down, 5 to go.
Ooh. I feel so bad for her. All he does is like leave her.
It's actually Chris Hemsworth's wife right there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why they had her wearing a wig? She was wearing a wig the whole time.
I don't know if that's why. All right, we just finished watching Thor: The Dark World. Before I talk about kind of the reviews and everything in the Marvel fandom, what did you think of it?
I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm still debating whether I actually like this more
Than the first Thor?
first one.
Uh-huh.
With the first one, I felt like there was points in time where it kind of dragged out more towards the end. This one, I did not really get that. I felt like it was very evenly distributed as far as like the different type of scenes and how long they were. I think that I may enjoy this just a smidge more than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I know it says Thor, but let's just be honest, Loki is the star of this movie. I think that he is such a great character. I personally love seeing him bounce back between being a good guy and being this, I guess, villain. I guess you could call him a villain. I don't think that he's your normal villain, but I really enjoy him kind of flip-flopping back and forth. I also like seeing him show his emotions. Obviously, his mother dying affected him. I love seeing the moments where, if you notice, he was actually being protective over Jane. So I love seeing that, just from one end of the spectrum to the other. I love the end. We saw it go from the father to Loki. I loved that. I was so hoping that that was not the end of the Loki character, because I love Iron Man, but Loki is just, and I think I mentioned this in one of the other movies, he is just jumping up there with Iron Man. I really love his character. At moments he's, quite sarcastic. I love how he's switching between all the different other characters. He was dressed up as Captain America. That was a great moment. So I really enjoyed this as a whole. I thought this was such a beautiful movie visually. Very beautiful. I like how they portrayed Thor and Jane's relationship in this movie. It was a little bit of a twist as far as Jane being in Thor's world, which I really liked, because in the first one it focused on pretty much Earth as far as like the setting for their relationship. The ether, that was a nice little twist too. The villain, the dark elf, I don't remember what his name was, but I thought that he was great. It kept me engaged a little more than the first one, I think, just because it was so unclear what was gonna happen, especially with the dynamic between Thor and Loki. I like the fact that he ended up bringing him on to help him, and then I get that complete can of worms at the end with Loki's actually alive. And I did not catch what you were talking about, how the soldier came back, and I guess you saw some sort of image of Loki in his face.
Yeah, it's just like that little effect when Loki does his little trickery. There's that little like light that kind of like goes around, like whenever he disappears or reappears or whatever, you just see that light just very briefly over the guard for just a second.
I'm gonna have to rewind it and look at that, because I did not catch that at all, and I feel like usually I'm pretty good at picking up that type of stuff, so I am very interested to see that. You did say that there's a third one, which again, now my brain is thinking like, is Loki gonna come back, and is it gonna be Thor versus Loki again, or is there gonna be somebody else that pops in? Who knows? I mean, at this point, I have learned with the MCU that it is completely unpredictable, which is a big reason why I've been enjoying it so much. Oh, and then Benicio del Toro! Oh my gosh, that was such a great moment, because I think he is such a great actor. He was great in Sin City. Oh, I just can't wait. I'm sure he's gonna appear in the third one, hopefully.
Okay.
I cannot.
Yeah, I won't say anything about who Benicio del Toro is or where he fits into the Marvel movies just yet, because he's
There's
coming up
no
soon.
way that they would dangle that fruit in my face.
Right, I'm just saying it may not be for a Thor movie, that's all. What if I told you that, generally speaking, this movie is not liked at all by Marvel fans, generally speaking?
Well, I would say, great. That doesn't change how I feel about it.
Well, good.
I feel like that's how I've been going, though. I typically like the movies that you're like, oh, it doesn't do so well, and the fans hate it.
Yeah, well, just interesting. So, you know, when I first watched Thor Dark World, I remember back in, 2013, I remember not really liking it at all, either.
Really?
And then we watched it for My Friend Watches with Matt. And I remember thinking, this is not nearly as bad as I remembered. And we talked about it and we had a lot of praises for it. And then watching it again with you, I'm like, you know what, dang it. I like this movie a lot. This is really, really good. The score was really great. The visuals were great. I really liked the story. There was all those twists, you know, of Asgard being overtaken, and then the little twist where Thor's getting his arm cut off, and then it's really a double crisscross. There's a lot that's really, really good here. It's a movie that I remember really not liking and then evolving over time to really liking.
That's very interesting, because I don't think that I've ever been in that scenario where I flat out did not like a movie, and then watching it a second or a third time, I end up liking it.
Really?
That's very strange, but I'm not surprised that you said that this is generally a very low film as far as being liked by the fans. You're talking about the MCU movies in general, or are you talking about in the Thor trilogy or whatever?
The MCU movies in general, and the Thor movies.
Well, what can I say? I seem to like the movies that nobody else likes. I mean, what are you gonna do?
It was good.
Why didn't the fans like it?
I don't know. I feel like most of them thought that it was just too drawn out. They didn't like Thor's character, really. As a matter of fact, it's because of this movie that Thor actually has a character change in the third one. So his personality kind of shifts after this movie.
Oh, joy.
I think in the next Avengers, it's pretty much the same, but once we get to Thor 3, it's a totally different tone. And that was the studios directly responding to how the fans felt about this movie, so.
Oh, he's too good, so they turned him into an asshole.
No, they made him, well, I won't tell you. I want you to see.
I almost got it out of him.
I won't ruin it for you. I will say that I loved what they did, though. I loved where the direction they went. So even though I do like this, I like what comes later even more. Anyway, any last minute things?
They killed the mom. I am not, obviously, a fan of them just like in general killing characters off. But what I do like is in movies where they take that risk of killing a well-liked character off. And I think that in a lot of movies, it's a big decision to do, and a lot of them don't go down that route for a lot of different reasons, mostly because fans like happy endings. But I'm one of those people where I'm okay with not having a happy ending. I'm okay with a well-liked character being killed off. That's what happens. I mean, it's part of the story, and I like that they went there. It was just a lot of little things like that throughout this movie that I really liked. Like I said, it was visually so beautiful to watch. Heimdall, behind Loki, I think he's my second favorite character in this movie. I realize he doesn't have like a prevalent role. It's minor to me, but I think that he just packs so much in such a short amount of time. How do y'all do this?
Do what?
I'm seeing these movies over a couple of weeks, and you guys...
We had to wait years. Well, they would release like 2 or 3 a year. So we might have Iron Man 3, and then 3 months later, Thor 2 or whatever. But it was, you know, I mean, it's years between these.
Y'all are troopers, because I cannot do that.
Well, once we get caught up, you'll be doing it too, and we'll be
No, I
waiting.
won't.
We'll be waiting for what's coming next. Let us know what you thought down in the comments below. I'm sure many of you will tell us why you did not like Thor: The Dark World, because a lot of people didn't. So I'm curious to see what they'll say, why they didn't like it, and what they will say about why we did like it. Like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps the channel out a lot. Consider subscribing if you want to see more fun content like this. Also, consider joining my Patreon if you want to get early access to select videos like this and other Marvel, DC, and other movies that we just watch in general. As always, Jen and I, we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.
I don't want to wait a year or two to see a follow-up film. That's just, I can't.